Why are we still here? Just to suffer?
A lot of people talk about Pentax K1000s, but not a lot of people talk about the Pentax ME Super. Why? Well, to get things started, we have to load up with film. I got some Kodak Ultramax 400. Luckily, you can't mess this up. It's... that's not good. Okay, well, no need to panic. Just because the film advance isn't working, well, I'll just rewind the film and... Wait, I hope I didn't just completely rewind the leader like this. Oh, way to make a bad situation worse, but lucky for me, get it? Lucky? Like the film? Lucky for me, I saw a trick just for such occasion on TikTok. So, the first thing you're going to want to do is moisten the leader of your spare roll of film. And personally, I've sworn off on licking any Chinese emulsion, so I just licked my finger and rubbed it on the film. Then you're going to jam it in your roll of film. Wow, can't believe that actually worked. Got my film leader back. Let's try loading this piece of shit again, I guess. Clearly not bitter or blaming the camera for my mistakes, I go ahead and load the film again. What the fuck's this about? Why is it... Okay. That's not good, right? Oh, okay. Maybe it wasn't going far enough. Okay, hold on. All right, that's advancing. Okay. Yeah, that's... Jesus Christ. I guess that's loaded. Wow. That was painful. Mostly just because of user error, but... Alright, great. The Pentax ME Super has a lot going for it, not least of which being the reduced weight and size of the camera, compared to something like a Pentax K1000, which can get pretty heavy pretty quick when you're lugging it around. One of the other biggest things it has going for it is also one of its biggest downsides, and that's the electronics. So unlike its fully mechanical cousin, the Pentax ME Super does have some electronics which unfortunately can fail over time. But while they are working, you get a really important benefit, and that's aperture priority mode. You set the aperture and the camera decides the shutter speed, but it does have a manual mode you can use. The only downside being that you do have to adjust it via these little switches here, which is a little bit fiddly. I really preferred the manual knob of the Pentax K1000, but having aperture priority is definitely a really nice feature, so I'll take it. I am double fisting cameras. I got a 50 on the Pentax K1000 and a 35 on the ME Super, so I'm kind of jazzed about it, to be honest with you. I know what the problem with my photos was. Yeah, that's gonna help with the photos for sure. Alright, the caffeine didn't help that much. Some of these are kind of meh, but the blown out cross is actually kind of a banger. Now, at this point you might be asking, Richard, why are you taking photos of a red box behind a dilapidated Walgreens? Well, that's a Rite Aid, first of all. But second of all, I don't know. I don't know why I took that. I don't know why I'm taking this, but sometimes you gotta take some bad photos to take some good ones. That's the one downside of film, right? You can't really see what you're gonna shoot before you shoot it by using the viewfinder. I think that's gonna be a pretty cool shot. It's gonna be hard to focus, so I'll do it here. I guess I'm kind of assuming this will be the same, but hopefully that turns out. And as I slowly realize that there are really no more good photos left to be had here, I start taking some mimicry of B-roll I've seen other photographers take while filming themselves. Now I'm on a highway for some reason. Low sulfur dyed diesel. What side looks better, this side or that side? Neither if we're being honest, but sometimes you kind of have to force photos out, I tell myself. Not content with that diesel tank photo, I decided to start looking at potentially photographing a ditch. I'd like to pretend I didn't take that photo, but I did. I'm not going to show you guys. But I did come to this place, and this is kind of cool. So, hey, I mean, they're not all bad photos, right? Let's call it about, yeah, hopefully that worked out. We'll see. Might as well switch back to auto mode to enjoy the benefits of this little bastard. And here I was really taken with the reflections, and yeah, it's kind of cool. For this next area, I was actually on the phone with my dad, and he led me to this kind of cool area with some radar dishes or satellite dishes in the background. But there was this really cool, like, neuro center, and it had this great scenery, really cool little walkways, and yeah, just overall really nice view. Pretty cool. Look, they even have mini golf. Pretty interesting, huh? This whole place looks like beautiful. I got these weird satellite dishes in the background. My dad was telling me about those, but I can't really get close enough to get a good photo. I didn't really bring a zoom lens with me, so. Pretty flowers though, huh? I wonder if it'd be nice as like a supporting imagery. If I have like, you know, yeah. Always a shame when you have a fence in the way of a lovely shot, isn't it? Switch to a 50. Still a little bit left to be desired. I wish I could be closer, but you know, wish in one hand, shit in the other, right? That'll have to do. Oy! Bad on the knees, kids. Don't ever jump down out of your truck. Kitty cat. Meow meow. Meow 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 meow. Ooh. Nice random fountain in front of this beautiful home. I'm in the, what is this, Old Stockdale, I guess? Golf course right over there. Pretty pretty area. Too pretty for me to live, for sure. Makes me feel quite poor. Taking photos in the rich people area. Hope the cops don't get called. And talk about fucking Americana, huh? Look at this beautiful fucking home. Sick. Absolutely sick. Left my car on, but the window down, so I can't lock myself out. That would be a bummer. Right, not to get hit by a car on my way back. That would suck. So I drove by this church, and you know, sometimes you get the urge to take a photo again. I started off with this angle, and I don't know, I really liked the composition, but at the same time didn't. And so I walked up a little bit closer to get a better shot, and I really like how this turned out. Clearly exhausted from my very, very hard work of taking photos, I decided to have some sushi over at Kura and stopped off for a crumble cookie as well. Obviously couldn't be bothered to actually walk this park, so I did borrow a bird scooter. All right, so how was it shooting all week on the Pentax ME Super? Wait a minute, Pentax ME Super? This is the Nikon F2. Why on earth would I have that? It's almost like I have some sort of wild gear obsession and keep buying cameras. Well, look forward to it in the next video, huh? But seriously, how was shooting on the Pentax ME Super? Well, pretty good. We got a lot of good photos, and overall, I think having aperture priority mode is a huge bonus to the Pentax K1000 for faster shooters. But a lot of the reasons why we even switched to film in the first place is to shoot more intentionally. If I wanted all of the conveniences of the digital world, I could just shoot digital. But the fact of the matter is, I like fiddling with the settings. I like checking my exposure. I like manually zooming, setting the aperture, and really dialing in a scene, because when I do that, it also really makes me second guess my compositions. And oh, I have chosen an area very heavily populated by squirrels. That would have been a great shot to actually capture on this camera, but I haven't loaded the film yet, so whoops. Oh well. A lot of friendly squirrels around here that makes you wonder if they're probably being fed. I mean, they get pretty close. But yeah, I mean, a lot of people are gonna like having those automatic features, and I have nothing against them. Often when I'm shooting a digital camera, I'll choose to shoot aperture priority because it is really convenient, because the shutter speed doesn't matter that much. Ultimately, I'm really happy shooting the Pentax ME Super. It's a lot lighter than some other cameras, and the only downside being that it has some electronics that are prone to failure. When it comes to something like a Nikon F2 or even my Pentax K1000, that's not really much of a concern. These things are built to last, and other than the meter going out, there's really no concern about your battery dying or not being able to shoot. With the ME Super, if the batteries die, the shutter does too. You have a backup of like 125, but everything else, purely electronic. So if something fails in that camera, well, it's pretty much dead, and they're not really worth replacing. It's a fun camera to have. I probably will shoot on it in the future, but there's just something about that automation that makes the camera just a little bit less special and kind of takes away that film shooting experience from me to a certain degree. Not so much that it's not fun, but just enough to where I turn off my brain a little more than I'd like to. And so for the time being, I'm probably gonna stick to either the K1000 or my brand new Nikon F2. Thanks for watching, and be sure to like and subscribe. Watch another video here somewhere if you really enjoyed this one. I hope you did. And hope you like my photos. If you want to see more, you can see them on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. But yeah, have a great day. Bye.